Hello everybody, welcome back to Jabberwocky Eye. Today we're going to be looking at probably the most pivotal day in not only the entire chapter, but the visual novel as a whole. I mean, July the 12th we're looking at today. And I'm really excited, if I'm going to be honest. I hope we're going to see some interesting stuff today. I really, really do. And I think today's going to be a really sad day because we're going to not only see just the deterioration of Tomo-sane, I feel, but we're also going to see, well, maybe we're just going to see Yuki and her fading away and being replaced by the Yuki that's really, really delusional, that's more a reflection of Takuji as a person. I do find it really interesting, the fact that Yuki is replaced with... Yuki, the ideal personality, is not deluded whatsoever, and she is as aware as Tomo-sane, but the more the plot progresses, the less she becomes aware, and if anything, the more the ideal person of Takuji becomes like himself in terms of delusions. I just really wonder why that happens. I mean, my guess, because you say it has symbolic value, it just really, really shows how Takuji is in such a point of no return, so much so that his ideal self still has the delusions that he has, and there's no way of him possibly getting out of them. I mean, I don't really know. I think it's very hard to tell. I hope we get more of an answer, because I just find it so unusual to think about the fact that Takuji is complete... Well, some personalities are more significant than others. I just find that so unusual, and the fact that Yuki is becoming more deluded and forgetting stuff, and the fact that Tomo-sane as well is losing the time periods in which he's in. I just find it so weird, and I really, really hope we get an answer today. I mean, I've got guesses, sure, but I don't have a definitive answer. Oh, this was so fucking cool yesterday, just seeing how Tomo-sane was the one trying to be so scary and very, very provocative to Takuji, but in reality, he was the one that was feeling just as much fear as Takuji was there. Sorry, I've just got to do something, and then just want to reread. So I rushed this last bit here. So what roughly happened before? What was this? Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, oh, let's read this. I just wanna... Yeah, but the only thing is, I don't agree with this. I don't. Yeah, no, she is fighting for her life. She really is. Yeah, God, no, she was so selfless. I can totally see that. Yeah, she didn't say anything because she didn't want to worry you. She's ridiculously kind. She really is. Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. Because it would just be too painful for Hasaki. I mean, my God. Just seeing Hasaki. It was so weird when we were seeing Hasaki in the end of Down the Rabbit Hole 2. I really do wonder how that's going to be explained. And why it was as if the veil of delusions had been uplifted. It was so unusual. Yeah. Yeah, the one that Takuji desired. I find that very interesting. Yeah, no, it's so weird. Yeah. Is he really fated to be erased by him, though? I mean, look at, for example, the true ending of It's My Own Invention, when the delusions totally take him over. That doesn't exactly look like Takuji being defeated by Tomosane. If anything, it looks like the opposite. I find it so unusual to think about the fact that... So, Yuki is a person who reflects Takuji's desires. Beforehand, Yuki was a person who was very, very sociable and was brilliant. But she saw no delusions. She saw a true picture of everything. But I just find it so weird that the more Takuji has... I really do wonder if maybe it's... He's been traumatised by Tsubasa's bullying, obviously. So then what's happened is maybe the more Tomosane has existed, the more Takuji's trauma has progressed. And then maybe that's distorted his worldview so that the ideal personality he has is not becoming a reflection. Well, it's just as if delusions are inevitable. Because his ideal personality, it has no delusions initially and it's fully aware of everything. But then maybe his delusions become so realistic that what used to be being aware of everything is now being aware of all delusions. No, I don't know. That's not really that accurate, actually. Well, no, maybe it's the fact that you see the world in a completely deluded manner and yet at the same time you can still live brilliantly, which... I don't know. I'm just guessing, if I'm going to be honest. It's so weird. Yeah. How? Oh god. I thought he was going to shout, fuck! I was just a bit interested there. I just find it so interesting to think about the fact that this plot really is just the definition of something that is going on inside somebody's head. I mean, look at this. It's so weird how real yet fake all of this is. Yeah, it's so interesting, that. Yeah, but I find that really, really interesting. Well, consciousness, awareness. I mean, when it says Mamiya's consciousness, I mean, I suppose it's... I wonder if it could be thinking about Takuji's lingering regrets about just not being able to see Zakuro just due to not having the courage. Maybe it's because it's always a burden that he has. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you've got to fight for your existence. Yeah, that's really interesting with the channels being lined up, because that explains a bit of the conversation and why Takuji felt as if he was so... Oh, how could I put it? so unable to perceive reality. So much so that he couldn't hear what was being said right in front of him. Yeah. Yeah. But the only thing is, I mean, I get what Tomo-san is saying, but at the same time I don't agree. I mean, sure, Takuji is weak, but the only thing is, does he really have any control about what he thinks? Does he really have control about what happens in his life? Let's be honest, somebody like him, he is so prone to stress. And, in general, he is just somebody who is so damaged that I think it's reasonable to say that he doesn't really have much control over his own existence, and he certainly doesn't have any control over his personalities. This is something that's going on with his brain, not himself. But the only thing is, I mean, I suppose his life choices are influencing what happens in his brain and how his brain interprets things. Because let's be honest, I mean, I don't think Takuji's the one to be fearful of. I think it's his brain. But then again, I mean, his brain is influenced by the actions of Takuji and the life of Takuji, so yeah, I suppose it's reasonable. No, I can't see this actually, but he doesn't intentionally do this though. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. God, that's insane. Yeah, and I find it really interesting to think about the fact that he feels a complete destruction of Takuji's personality is going to make it so that he will have more strength. I mean, sure, his spirit will be weaker, but how do you necessarily know that that's going to mean you're going to have more strength and you're going to have less possibility of disappearing? If you ask me, he doesn't. Or at least he doesn't truthfully know that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, God, my... yeah. Even the cigarettes. I mean, to be fair, you are smoking a very, very odd brand, but at the same time, yeah, the point is still proven. Yeah, I do find it really interesting, this as well. The fact that the more he loses consciousness, well, the more he is losing his prominence as a personality, the more his worldview and his entire perception of everything is just totally distorting, and it's becoming broken. And I mean, he's hearing things that may not even exist. Or maybe that could be Yuki channeling into his unconscious, subconscious. But then again, I mean, is Yuki really doing that? No, if you ask me. It's just he's perceiving it to be as if Yuki is. It's a really complex thing, because it's a really complex relationship with these people, because they are ultimately all two products of the same mind. But it's as if they are different. It's so weird. Because, I mean, whenever you talk to somebody, you think about imagining life from their perspective and the fact that somebody else is living a life as well as you. But the only thing is, the person on the other side of the conversation is not living a life. It's just a product of your imagination. But then again, I mean, I suppose... no, I don't know, it's weird. If there's one personality, sure, they are perceiving the Earth, but if it's another personality that one personality is seeing, then they're not existing. It just feels so wrong. It feels like the core element of humanity is just completely gone. He didn't even know whose it was, though. That's key. And that's really interesting as well. But then again, I find it funny that when Takuji is in big stress and he's feeling horrible, Tomosane's consciousness ends. I wonder what's going to happen with Zakudon now. I really do. I think this is really powerfully written, honestly. It's one of my favourite bits so far, I think, in this entire chapter. I really am hoping we see more of this. The moment I awoke, the moment time began to move. It's really interesting, just the case of the fact that the world is what you perceive, and if you are not perceiving something, it's as if time is not moving. It's really unusual, because time is objectively moving, but the only thing is, obviously, you don't think time is moving if... Well, I mean, the thing is about time, it's a logical progression. I mean, it always progresses. But no, hang on a second, let me just get into a position. Right, so the thing is, time always progresses, and it never stops. No matter how much people perceive it to stop, it always objectively progresses. But the only thing is, I mean, it's as if because of the fact that the personality's been dormant, time has stopped for them. And then when time's resumed, they've been in another time zone, really. It's so weird. It's a very interesting... Oh my fucking god, is this talking about Yuki? Is it that way for everyone? Or is it just me? What was the first thing that came into sight when I awoke? I always try to remember that. What is the scenery of awakening? I'm trying to remember that. Yeah, no, and I'm trying to remember who I am. My name, my sex, my family. Yeah, and it's just unbelievable that you wouldn't even know something like this. Yeah. He's just totally... It's as if everything is being forgotten. It all came together in an instant. A drop of water fell in the distance. The sound of a drop of water breaking somewhere in the distance. That which is broken imparts its moisture upon the earth. There's a really interesting message there. Oh my god. Only through breaking can it grant its blessing. Because once broken, the blessing is able to soak into the earth. I'm going to be honest, I think we should analyse. I feel like this could relate to Hasaki and Tomosane. It's just really quite funny how similar you can associate everything with. So, I mean, I suppose there wouldn't exactly be a sound that would be created if a personality of Takuji's was broken. But the only thing is, so a drop of water falls. Well, I suppose drop of water is a thing that's temporary and a thing that doesn't last forever. Maybe like how Tomosane is. But then what you could think is it doesn't last forever, it's transient. The sound of it breaking somewhere in the distance. The only reason that Yuki was able to... So I suppose moisture on the earth is, yeah, like a blessing. So I suppose Yuki, what she is doing, she's breaking more and more, and she's just finding life so much more of a struggle the more Takuji's personality, well, the more Takuji loses himself and the more she becomes insignificant. Yeah, it grants its blessing and the moisture because of the fact that it influences Tomosane in order to love Hasaki and realise just what this is. Just what everything is in terms of their relationship and the truth of their relationship. Yeah, but no, this is the horrible thing. I find it interesting that with Yuki, I mean, or you could say with Tomosane, I mean, only through breaking can it grant its blessing. And it can't normally do it. It has to break and it has to have... I suppose with Yuki, maybe it's just the case that if she doesn't get Tomosane to love Hasaki and get their relationship to be strengthened, nothing can ever happen. Maybe it's just that pressure of the fact that she's going to disappear, and if she doesn't do what she is going to do now, Hasaki's existence is going to be really affected. God, and I just find it so awful, this. I mean, yeah. You always try to remember that because your consciousness is so... It's so different to what anything normally should be that you can't even remember something simple like this. Yeah. Something that should come natural is something that has to be remembered. Yeah, where is this? The confusion after a way. I know, it's horrible. Doesn't everyone feel it? Yeah, I mean, then again, Or is it... Yeah, I think that's more likely. Or is it a confusion that only I feel? Oh shit, what's happening? I heard oh, what was the sound? What was the way of describing the sound? I don't know, like a static-like sound. This is... What? Oh my god. That's fucking weird. God, it looks so terrifying, and if I'm going to be honest, I feel like this is just a true depiction of just how scary and creepy and isolated a place like this is. Everywhere looks scarier in the dark, I get that, but I think this just really shows truth. I don't know, it's something that makes sense to me. I'm finding it hard to explain, to be honest, but yeah. Oh, vertigo. And my head hurts. This feeling again. Interesting that on the day Tomosane is potentially going to lose everything, he awakes in Takuji's hideout. Ah, his vertigo went. It's interesting that. I really do wonder if Takuji has brain damage or not. Like, I'm genuinely curious. I don't know much about brain damage. But to be fair, I mean, having trauma doesn't necessarily mean you have brain damage. But the only thing is, I mean, I really do wonder if there are some types of trauma that what they do is they constantly make you... Well, no, I mean, I suppose with derangement in general, really, it probably really changes how your brain works and how it distributes hormones throughout the body, and especially, for example, heart rate and any adrenaline chemicals. And if there's something that's really bad that's happening, I do wonder if the long-term change and just long-term change of how the brain operates in order to cope with trauma, I do wonder if that could genuinely cause brain damage. But the only thing is I don't really know anything about it. Or maybe not brain damage, but just some sort of problem that wouldn't have been there if the trauma wasn't there. I don't know anything about this field though, so yeah, if you guys know, I'd be really interested to learn. I thought so. The cell phone though, the cell phone that he never uses, that's always dead. Unusual. No, wait, that was Yuki. It happened again. No, it wasn't as long this time, but it's still been 2 whole days. Right, that's unusual because that's after Takuji discovers that Zakuro has been dead. So this is where things change. What? Oh, damn it. This only happened because I was afraid of him last time. If you strengthen your courage, maybe that's going to be what happens. Maybe that's why he survives so long in It's My Own Invention. Last time was 4 days. This time, 2 days. I know, it's so weird. I didn't exist for a second during that entire time. These leaps forward in time are completely different from what I've experienced in the past. Dude, what is happening to my brain? I thought experienced was wrong then. I just registered it as another word in another language. I really don't understand that. That's never happened to me, and I've been reading VNs for nearly... No, I actually have been reading VNs for 2 years. That's wrong. That's so wrong. God, this is awful. I mean, could you imagine having something like this happen to you? And his body is completely giving up on him, it really is. But what I find really interesting about Takuji, I mean, with the amount of personalities he has, how the fuck does this guy get any sleep? Genuinely. How does he get sleep unless one personality is dominant? How? I was hit with a splitting headache. But I do wonder if something like this is just because of the lack of sleep someone like him probably has. I mean, let's be honest, Takuji must be so unhealthy. Is this from sleeping on the concrete? Because, for example, we have personalities like Yuki not prioritizing food, and then we have Takuji... Oh, by the way, no. It doesn't even matter if you're healthy. If you have another personality that has completely different ideals, for example, with food, yeah, you can say goodbye to being a healthy person. You're going to be thin as a rake. Is this from sleeping on the concrete? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe it could be because of the fact that he's fainted. No, that's not it. This headache is from my disordered consciousness. I just want to Actually, we'll do it after this scene. The forcible erasure is happening. Yeah, it's so weird. He's got to fight. And when Tomosane was saying everything about the courage, the fucking courage that he had, Oh my god, so I really do wonder what he is going to think when Takuji, Mr. Kyuseishu-sama, defeats him. I really, really do. I'm excited for that. The same thing Yuki experienced. No, it's weaker than what Yuki experienced. But then again, what Tomosano was saying about courage, courage, and more fucking courage. So much training that he was pissing blood, I remember. Yeah. I mean, courage to stay alive. Unlike Yuki, I could easily be erased if he wanted. Yeah, fair enough. My will isn't nearly as strong as his. Which must mean he's not seriously trying to destroy me yet?
どちらにしても、所詮は奴の手のひらの上。
Yeah. Either way, I'm in the palm of his hand. I can see that. I'm no different than an ant under the magnifying glass.
とりあえず。
For now. Yeah, I looked around, it was the same depressing place as always. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. Not only the darkness of the place, but the extent of just how dark his mental state is as well. I mean, Jesus Christ, this guy is just... I mean, he is the most unfortunate and, let's be honest, insane person. He really is. He's so unfortunate. Oh, what's happening?
丸2日か。
I didn't expect this. 2 full days, huh?
不連続さもここまで来ると恐怖だな。
It's scary that my discontinuity could come to this point. Yeah, where you're consistently having so many days where you're not allowed to live. You're not permitted to exist. It's hopeless. Scary. No, it's more like isolation.
なるほどね。
I see. Isolation and fear. The feelings one must experience just before death. Yeah, no, I can see that. And the thing is, I mean, Yuki is probably... Well, no. I mean, she's totally been converted into someone who has a complete amount of delusions now. So, it's just him on his own. Total isolation.
俺は死を自分の消滅を恐れているのか。
I'm fearful of my own death. I do wonder what would happen if he tried to see Hasaki. I mean, he probably... Would he? That's the fucking scary thing. Would you even be able to make it there? Genuinely. When the night breeze blew on my body, I realised how incredibly fatigued I was. Of course you would be, yeah? Yeah, no, reasonable. Yeah, he must have been running. My feet feel really heavy. He would have been, yeah. This wasn't the time where he had the real schizo fit and all of the hallucinations happening. None of that. But this was the time where he had seen the corpse and then he had just been ridiculously terrified. Where is... Oh, so is it... So... Hello, everybody. I'd assume it's after we see the... Wait, hang on, where is this? Oh my god. I just found something really funny. Oh shit. So firstly, this is really similar to Tomosano, but we also have the... Look at all of this chat about CDs. A shared interest between him and, ironically, Minakami Yuki. Yeah, so you see, obviously, the 3 people dead. And then he just totally flees. because he's terrified. Isn't that interesting that he took the picture initially for that reason? On Zakura's phone as well. He just has so little idea of what an appropriate situation would be. I need to... God, and then he sees that. Oh, brilliant. I think Tomosane is able to talk to Hasaki. Oh, I hope so. She needs to know about this. This is too serious for her not to know about. I find this conversation about Yurudu is so weird. Then again, though, I mean, I'm sorry, but how is this exactly the same as everything here? Why? Could this all be imagined by Takuji? Could everything we have seen in Looking Glass Insects somehow be an imagination of Takuji's? I mean, I get that it's fucking ridiculous, but at the same time that would kind of explain why it's the case that all of this dialogue with Riruru is just something that's completely... Well, it's exactly the same as everything that goes on... everything that goes on in Looking Glass Insects. I do wonder. I really, really do. Could you imagine if this entire plot was imagined by Takuji? That would be so weird. To be honest, I don't think I'd like a twist like that, but... yeah. I do want an explanation, though. Hang on. a sec. I just need to... There we are. He must have been running. My feet feel really heavy. Somehow I hadn't noticed that there was a paper bag in my hand. There were CDs or something inside it. I find that so weird that he never noticed. But I think that just shows how much he prioritises things, so much so that he doesn't even notice something that he is objectively holding. I mean, to hold something, you can't just naturally do it. You have to put the effort in, because otherwise the paper bag falls. He's been making the action of holding it for all this time. But it's as if his brain hasn't even comprehended the fact that he is making the action of holding something and gripping it. It's weird. Oh, yeah, that too, actually. That's weird. It should have been in the way when I climbed the underground ladder. Yet I carefully held onto this bag the entire time. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I can't think of anybody who would want to give it to him. My disordered consciousness. Maybe it was this confusion that made me do that? Or maybe Mami Atakuji made me do it through some sort of compulsive power? That's the thing, you can never know. I mean, the thing is, this plot is so deviated from reality that it's impossible to tell what a rational truth for something is. I mean, normally this would be fucking ridiculous, but because of the nature of the situation, is it? That's the question I can ask. I tried to throw the bag away, but...
いや、マミやタクジの強制力ならこんな中途半端な場所で気がついたりしないだろう。
No, if it was Mami Atakuji's compulsion, I wouldn't have noticed it halfway through like this. It was a weaker force that made me carry this bag this entire time. Yeah. A force that seemed on the verge of disappearing.
Yukiの力。
Yuki's power. Yeah, it could be that as well. And that's the worst thing, you can never know whether somebody is on your side or if it's just you. Or maybe a simple coincidence caused by my confusion.
この CD、Yuki かマミヤが買ったのだろうか。
Mamiya did. Yuki or Mamiya must have bought this CD even. If Yuki bought it, then perhaps I shouldn't throw it away. But the only thing is, I mean, that's not the case.
俺もユキみたいに無意識下でマミヤの行動や考えていることが分かれば。
It's as if Takuji and Yuki, they've kind of merged personalities. It's so weird. If only I could understand what Mamiya was thinking when I was unconscious. Yeah, that'd just be too easy, I see that. But I couldn't expect something so convenient to happen.
努力でどうにかなれば。
Maybe if I tried harder. But I didn't know what I was supposed to do in order to accomplish that. I didn't even know what it would feel like if I did it successfully. Yeah, exactly. I mean, severe concentration and just a desire to do it and trying to make it happen. Sure. I mean, you could try as much as you want, but how could you necessarily get that to work?
"近い状況といえば、寝ている時に周りの状況をすべて意識的に把握し続けるようなものか。
The closest thing I can think of is if a sleeping person could understand what was happening around them while they were asleep. Exactly, yeah, how could you do that? How did Yuki do it? That's my question. That really is unusual. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't really understand that state of mind. Maybe it's a power she attained through her strong will to escape erasure. It's really hard to tell, yeah. Strong will. Really, now I think.
全く何もできてない。全くダメだ。ユキと比べることすらできぬくらい役立たず。
Then again, he still has the advantage of being able to tell everything, being able to see the world from an unfiltered perspective. I feel like that's a strength that Yuki doesn't have, and that's something he really needs to, well, exploit, really. Can't do anything, I'm useless. I'm nowhere nearly as good as Yuki. My headache was going away. And my thoughts were starting to line up too.
とりあえず家に帰るか。
Yes, you should. Yeah, I should go home for now. God, yeah. From Sukinomiya to Takuji's house. Is it me or, that background just before this one, it looked like Kiyokawa. and it looked like everything that was going on. It just looked like the part where she'd obviously finished doing you know what to you know who. She came out and then she was running across the streets completely naked like a fucking deranged idiot. Because let's be honest, that's what she is. But yeah. God, that is sick. That really is. Just shows how far the human mind can take someone. The front of Mamiya's house. It felt somehow nostalgic. Yeah. Whose house is it though? That's my biggest question. I felt like Urashima Taro, even though I was only gone for 6 days. But who is Urashima Taro? A legend. A young fisherman who once disappeared to see a beautiful palace under the sea, but he did not know how much time he spent there. Oh right, I see. And he's a fisherman rewarded for rescuing a sea turtle and carried on its back to the Dragon Palace. Interesting. Maybe that's how he felt when he returned to the Dragon Palace.
Hasaki.
I hope she is, man. Well, why wouldn't she be? I wonder if Hasaki is home. The lights were all off. Hasaki must be at the bar today. Well, she's working damn late if that's the case. Well, I mean, then again, it's only around 10 PM. Hasaki. Yeah, I wanted to see Hasaki. I wanted to talk to Hasaki. I wished Hasaki was home. What's wrong with you, Tomo-san? Well, good for him. Getting sentimental like a woman or something. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I really, really don't. Because the thing is, I mean, I feel like with everything that he was doing with Hasaki and all of the wrong worldviews that he had, not worldviews, sorry, I don't know why I said that, views about their relationship, you can only realise how truly scary something is and the weight of something like this when it's taken away from you. Or it's threatened, which it is here. Anxiety. My head was full of a sort of anxiety I'd never experienced before. Hasaki, Yuki, no, it doesn't matter who, anyone I know. Yeah. Maybe if I went to Hakushukyo, I wanted to go. Even though I had no reason to go to Hakushukyo. Well, that's the thing, it genuinely doesn't matter, just you need to see people. And you're in such a state of bother that anybody... I mean, yeah, no, it's just pure anxiety about the fact that Takuji could potentially erase his existence. And it was really weird about stuff regarding the bag. I mean, I think another cause of the anxiety is just because of the fact that there was so much happening around you. Even the things that you are carrying yourself, you're making the conscious effort to carry, you are not aware of. And the fact that he's not permitted to exist and he's so powerless. Even though I had no reason to go to Hakushukyo. A gap of 4 days, and then another 2 days after that. Yeah, no, fair. Hasaki hasn't seen me for 6 days. Almost an entire week. She must be worried about me. I should go see Hasaki. Could at least give her a bit of peace of mind. Yeah. No, totally. No. There was something I had to do first. Oh, that's interesting. I had to check what happened during those days of nothingness. I had to check my surroundings. The house. I wanted to at least see if there was any information to be found in my room. I feel like that might be a mistake. Of course, no one was home. And there were no major changes. It was only 6 days. Just 6 days. Dude, I mean, look at what happens in 6 days after Zakudo's suicide. Basically, the entirety of It's My Own Invention occurs within 6 to 7 days. Yeah, well, 6 to 8 days. But I think there is a lot of change. Well, the entirety of the really, really pivotal points of It's My Own Invention, let me say. A lot changed. Yeah. A lot could have happened in that much time, but it's also possible that nothing changed at all. If only nothing changed. I threw the paper bag on the sofa and turned on the lights in the living room. What the fuck? That was not what I was expecting. That was Yuki. When I turned on the lights, Yuki appeared before me and went upstairs. She doesn't even have a form. It's as if she's a ghost. This is terrifying. God, this is so awful. It's just... Subarashiki Hibi really, really demonstrates all aspects of cruelty. Cruelty to another person. Cruelty of the human mind. And just in general. Sorry, cruelty of the human mind was going to be the point I was really going to emphasise there, but I missed my moment.
Yuki.
That's terrifying. Yuki. God. Hi, Yuki. The room was pitch black. Yuki stood there, but the light had gone out of her eyes. It's just like a husk. Her gaze wasn't focused on anything. She just stared blankly.
Yuki.
Yuki. God, that's evil. It's as if the Yuki that Tomo-san knew, the one that's so significant to him, is just a ghost. There is no reason for any form of relationship, if anything, because it's all severed. Now there's a Yuki who doesn't know him, who is alien to him. It's weird. I called out to her, but there was no response. It's all a hallucination. Yuki was always a delusion. A delusion that was also kind of real, but kind of not at the same time. I felt goosebumps on my skin. What I'm feeling right now is... Yeah, I don't blame him. Utter terror. Fear? Am I afraid? Like a puppet suspended in midair, Yuki simply stood there. Like a picture, or even just a reflection on the wall. God, and seeing the person that you have spent so much time with, you have spent your entire life with, just confined somewhere, as if they are in a wall. There's nothing there. It's evil. It's nothing short of evil. God, it must be so painful for him to see. No presence, just an image projected on the wall. Yuki! I turned on the lights. The faint fluorescent light illuminated the room. Yeah, and in the light, Yuki stood sentry, like the spirit of a lingering ghost.
Oi.
She's not there. tried to touch her, but she's gone. Oh god, that's evil. Yeah, my hand went right through her. Exactly, yeah. As if there was never anything there to begin with.
見えるだけ限界がない
Jesus, look at me. Look at me? No, I'm not Minakami Yuki. I meant look at her. I can only look? An illusion without substance?
今日は疲れたわ。
Phew, I'm pooped.
Yuki!
Yuki?
あれ
Huh?
驚いたぞ今お前の体をすり抜けちまってまるで幽霊かなんかみたいに
I was really shocked. My hand went through your body just now. It's like you're a ghost or something.
買ってきた CD の袋ってどこにあったっけ？まず帰ってきてから。
Doesn't even see him. Where did I put that CD I bought? I think I had it when I came home.
そうそう。下の部屋のソファーに置いてきちゃったんだ。
Alright, I left it on the sofa downstairs. Yeah. Tomo-sana is a personality that is not seen by Yuki whatsoever. They don't interact, they don't see, their connection has been totally severed.
これが
You know, what's the worst way to kill someone? Make their life living hell. That's right. This means... Yeah. The fear I'd felt since I woke up. This is why. I was afraid of this. And isn't it interesting that Yuki was... It was as if Yuki was just standing there. It reflects... one of the moments, for example, in It's My Own Invention, where Takuji and Kimika, they were about to suicide, and Takuji has moments where he just stands there, just like a ghost, not even saying anything. He's just... Oh, he is just standing there. I was afraid of this. That's why the fear disappeared just now. Yeah, because of the fact that your fear has been confirmed. The fear... Yeah, totally reasonable. Yeah, it turned into despair. And the despair...
なるほどねそうか
God, this is evil. Yeah, I see. That means I... Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. The despair had turned into sadness. Yeah. I mean, jeez. Could you imagine having someone that you've known for a fucking year just be there? But the only thing is they literally can't see you. There is no possible way. I heard someone coming up the stairs. Before they came into view, I prepared myself for the shock. Yeah, God, I mean, you have to do this much. You really do. I dispelled all the emotions that were rising up within me before I had to look at her face again. I dispelled the sadness. Now's not the time to be sentimental. Yeah, no, I completely can see this. It's the time to potentially preserve the relationship. Will it happen? Or will it not? Will Yuki be able to retain her old self? Just like Yuki did before, now it's my turn to do what I can. Yuki's footsteps. I was afraid to see Yuki again. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the sight of the new Minakami Yuki crushed me. But right now, I can't let myself be defeated by something like that.
事実を受け入れろ全ての事実を
Accept the truth. The entire truth. I knew this would happen. I know. And Yuki was totally... Yeah, no, Yuki was the wrong one. No, Yuki was the one who was right. If anything, Tomo-sana was the one who was wrong. Thinking about the fact that he would fail and Yuki would prosper on. No, it's the other way around, if anything. Yeah, I know. That's actually a really good point. Everything can move forward only as they were intended to. Yeah. Hang on, I'm just gonna... There we are, that should be better. This must hurt so much. I mean, just how strong you must be to be able to accept the fact that this is reality, the fact that the person that has changed you and you have basically lived with your entire life, let's be honest here, is just doing this. Why did I leave this in my living room anyway? I should have just brought it up to my room since it's mine. I'm so silly. Yeah. You didn't make the conscious decision to bring it up. You went up on an impulse. I know. Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah, I feel like I would be crushed when I heard her voice. The same appearance, the same voice, and yet... Yeah. But that's the worst thing. She is. It's just not the Yuki that he knows, not the Yuki that he loves. The person before me wasn't Yuki. Her world didn't even overlap with mine. Yeah. You have to, yeah. I promised that I would stay strong once this new Yuki came back. I promised that I would accept the truth. You have to, yeah. Even I was shocked by my own weakness, but... Wonder why they were... Yeah, I haven't walked home with Kagami and Tsukasa in a long time. I wonder why they were out there. Yeah. Exactly. But the only thing is, that's Hasaki. And I find it very odd that, because Hasaki has objectively walked home with Yuki. So she's probably gone. She's broken. She can't do anything. She's just probably so sad. So sad. Say they walked home together. I tried to understand the situation. I killed my emotions. No, fair. I focused solely on comprehending what was happening in front of me. Yeah. She said Kagami and Tsukasa, which is what Hasaki looks like to her. Yeah. Which means that this woman was together with Hasaki until now. Yeah. That's so weird. Because of the fact that what's happening, it's as if Yuki, what has happened to her mind, it's as if an entirely invented scenario is present in order to make up for the inconsistencies of Tomo-sane walking home. She didn't walk home objectively, but her mind convinces her that it did genuinely happen. It's so weird. I walked home from Mamiya Takuji's hideout by myself. Yeah. I didn't see Hasaki. Now then, time for the grand opening. What? I slowly sat on the bed. Then I observed the woman's actions. Yeah, the actions of the new Minakami Yuki, who I was seeing for the first time. Alright, for today, she opened the paper bag and took out the CD. So it was a CD inside.
あれ
Huh. The one was surprised at the CD she bought for some reason.
なんだこの CD。つうかアニメソングだ。
Yeah, that makes sense. Ha! What is this? This is an anime soundtrack.
アニメソング
Anime? Anime songs, huh? Yeah, exactly, which means Takuji bought that CD. Yeah. That must be why she's surprised about the CD she bought. But that means...
うん？
Huh? When she checked the CD name, she looked puzzled.
人気声優ファーストアルバム。
The first album from the popular actress.
もしかしてこれが
Does that mean she has fabricated memories? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. If that CD is an anime soundtrack, then Minakami Yuki didn't buy it herself. Yeah. Mamiya Takuji bought it. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, which means that Minakami Yuki thinks that the memories from today, whether in whole or in part, are her own. And she has no idea that she has multiple personalities and she's part of such a big picture. Yeah. Now that I think about it, she didn't react until several minutes after I saw her.
まるで
First.
吊るされた人形のように
Yeah, she was like a puppet hanging from her strings. That's probably... Yeah. No, I see that, yeah. That's probably when her memories were being altered. Yeah. No, that's fair. Her memories were altered just before her consciousness came to the surface. Yeah, during that short time, she probed the other personalities' experiences and rewrote them as her own. Yeah. No, they weren't the other personalities' experiences. Yeah. She rewrote Mamiya Takuji's experiences as her own. Yeah, and it does fully make sense. Actually, does it? Yeah, I think it does. Let me just check. There's just one thing I want to check. Right, episode 10. This should be good. Kagami and Tsukasa she has lunch with. That's really weird. But, oh yeah. Wait, no, never mind. Oh god, the disgusting desk scene. Wait, Zakudor's already suicided by this time. Ayana. Oh, yep, Zakudor has suicided. Oh yeah, she suicides in the first episode, I forgot about that. Yeah, so I suppose the entirety of everything I play in episode 7. Jesus fucking Christ, I mean, this is evil. She can't even have any idea of the fact that Tomosane is there. Tomosane has a conscience, and yet at the same time it's as if it's just he doesn't even exist to Yuki, which never happened before. I ran to the phone and yelled at Kagami, but she ripped my ear off in return. Sounds like she wasn't involved. So weird. Maybe that's Hasaki. And that does kind of make sense in a way. I just think it's so horrible. All of this stuff that has happened with Kagami and Tsukasa, it's just a lie. All of it. Nothing short of a lie. Everything is false. Yeah, exactly.
だとしたら疑問が残る。
But there's still one more question. Yeah, no, that is a good point. Why would she be given memories of buying the CD if they're only going to cause inconsistencies? Yeah. The CD Mamiya Takuji bought was an anime CD. Even if her memory is changed, that fact won't change. But Minakami Yuki, in quotation marks, knew that she bought a CD. If her memory simply told her that she hadn't bought anything, this kind of inconsistency wouldn't occur. Yeah, I see that. But then again, I mean, obviously the inconsistency of an anime CD, one that doesn't match her personality whatsoever, being bought, obviously that's something that happens here, but had she not bought a CD, there would be the question of how has a CD just suddenly appeared? I mean, let's be honest, Subarashiki Hibi really is the proof that there is a rational explanation for everything, no matter how weird it is. But the only thing is, I mean, this is also always going to be the case if the narrator has more of a sound mind than, I don't know, just think of anyone with a mind that isn't sound whatsoever. I mean, it feels really weird, but... Oh, I mean... Of course it could. Hang on. There we are, it's better. I'm fucking cold, I hate this weather. Fuck England summers. There we are, ran over. Genuinely fuck 'em though. Just fuck summer in general, worst time of the year, 100%. But anyway, rant over. I hate summer with a passion. Okay, rant over! I don't understand that either. Yeah, why would her brain fabricate memories that would only cause inconsistencies? If the brain didn't know that it was an inconsistency? As if... No, I wonder what Tomo-san is going to say. No, maybe... Yeah, there we go. That's how you rationalise it. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're going to hear Hasaki here. Oh, I mean, holy fucking shit, Tomo-san needs to embrace himself? Sorry, brace himself. Is this one of Kagami's pranks? I won't forgive her. Minakami Yuki called that fictional person Kagami on the phone. Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if it was Tsukasa, sure, that would make sense, but to hear Hasaki's voice, but yeah, there wasn't anyone on the other end. But she talked into the phone as if there were... Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. How can you have so strong of an imagination that something like this is fake? This is insane. I couldn't find an answer to that mystery. I lay down on the bed.
かなりの率で役立たずだな。
God, it was so hopeless. I thought this was going to be a chance just to tell Hasaki what the hell is going on, just to be able to be with her. But no. What I find so sad about this plot is we have Hasaki here just trying to just support Yuki. And she is a fucking kind person. I don't even want to imagine how hard it must be for her. And yet she's still being as kind as possible to Yuki and trying to support her as much as possible. I don't get very many chances to be useful, do I? I can't solve anything. the ceiling in my room. It looked the same as it always did. Until just recently, it always bugged me how Yuki was always around. Yeah, but now she couldn't see me at all.
笑えるな。
That's comical. I never liked having her around before, but
こうなると結構孤独なもんだな。
yeah, totally.
なんか意外だったな。ユキが俺に気がつかないって寂しいもんなんだな。
I mean, who does he have? Let's be honest, his life is just a prey and a fight for survival. It really is. Yuki died telling us to not only survive, but also to make the most of our time with Hasaki. I actually feel a bit lonely now that she's gone. Now that's a surprise. I'm actually lonely without her. Yeah, totally. I close my eyes.
くそ。
Fuck. Why am I so weak? I know. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I don't blame him whatsoever. When I closed my eyes, tears ran down my cheeks. It must have welled up in my eyes before, and they overflowed. God, yeah. This is the worst. This isn't like me.
分かっていたはずだし、それが悲しくないようにしてきたはずだ。
I knew it would happen. I wasn't supposed to be sad once out, but how can anybody help them? How can anybody not help being sad in a situation like this? To force someone not to cry in a situation like this is too cruel. Too cruel. You can't do it. No. Even still, my tears didn't stop. Yeah, they shouldn't. Actually, to be fair, that sounds like I want him to cry. No. I feel like it would be unnatural for his tears not to stop. This shouldn't be so sad. This shouldn't be so... But it is, yeah. Jesus, yeah. I didn't think I was such a weak person. I never thought I would cry like this. Yeah. And the weakest person, the person who is at the most mercy to complete self-destruction from grief, is the person who has the most in terms of vulnerability towards the delusions, even though he seems to be the strongest. Yuki was always stronger than him though, which I find interesting. But now it's not the case. Now Yuki is gone. Now he is left to fend for himself. So obviously now my biggest question is, explain the picture we have been seeing every single time a day changes. That picture where Tomosane and Yuki, it's as if they are hugging each other. Coincidentally outside of Takuji's room. I knew it would happen. I understood it perfectly, but my tears didn't stop. Yeah, no.
まあいいか。別に誰にバレるわけでもないし。
Yeah. After all, to anyone outside, it's just a person who's incredibly mentally unstable. Yeah, because a lot of people, they would not want to understand this person. They just think, oh god, this guy's demented. They wouldn't want to understand anything. Yeah. Damn it. Well, it's not like anyone's gonna
声
see.
出して泣くわけじゃないし。
Yeah, you fucking cry. You don't care about anyone. Yeah. I'm not crying out loud. A few tears won't hurt. What? Silent footsteps approached. Is she going to sleep now? If so, I should go somewhere else.
いや。その必要もないのか。
No, I guess that's not necessary. Yuki would just go right through me anyway. To her, I don't even exist. Yeah, she couldn't see or touch me at all. So... Huh?
Huh?
What? Is this the Yuki that he loves? Is this going to answer the question I just had, basically? Who just hugged me?
バカ、そんなに泣いてたら私にバレるよ。
The fuck? Okay, that was not what I was expecting whatsoever. How the fuck do you explain this? You dummy, I could hear you crying.
Yuki.
Yuki?
バカ、私が他の誰に見えるんだよ。友さね。
You dummy, who else do I look like, Domo-san?
だってお前
But you're...
何言ってるのよ。友さねは知ってるでしょ。私はしつこいんだよ。簡単に諦めないし、空気だって読まない。
What are you talking about? You know I'm stubborn. I don't give up that easily. And I never get the hint when someone doesn't want me around. You never get the hint because of how little you give up. That's not the problem. Yeah, how has
そうい
she...
う問題。
It is.
実は CD の記憶は無理やりにねじ込んでおいたんだ。意識上に浮き上がる瞬間に不整合を起こすよ。間宮が買った記憶を失わないように。
I forcibly inserted the memory of that CD when her consciousness was coming to the surface. I made sure she wouldn't lose Mamiya's memory so that it would cause that inconsistency. That's really unusual. How could she forcibly insert? How does she have that much power? It's as if Yuki is the main cause of power in Takuji's head.
「買った記憶さえ残しておけば絶対に不整合が起こる。そうすれば存在に亀裂が入る。それにかけて CD の記憶をねじ込んだ。
I knew it would cause an inconsistency if she still had the memory of buying that CD, which would cause a crack in her existence. I bet it's all on that CD when I forced the memory in.
いやでもあの CD 俺がたまたまここに持って帰ってきたから。
Oh, but I just happened to bring that CD home.
知ってるよ。もしかしたら私に関連あるものかもしれないって持って帰ってきてくれたんだよね。
I know, you brought it with you because you thought it might be related to me. God, how can she see through all of this? I don't get it.
でもそれはたまたま
Yeah. No,
そん
no,
な
no,
可能性
seriously.
にかけたのか。
But that was just a coincidence. You bet on that possibility.
そんな可能性しか残せないんだよ。もう間宮拓司の意識の支配が強すぎて。
That was the only possibility I had. Mamiya Takuji's control is too strong.
間宮拓司の支配。
Mamiya Takuji's control.
さっきまでの私見てたでしょ。
You saw how I was until just now.
あ
Yeah.
あれが新しい私、間宮拓司が望む水上由紀。
Yeah, that's the new me. The Minakami Yuki that Mamiya Takuji wanted.
俺が完全に見えないようだな。
Yeah. She can't see me at all, huh?
ごめん、ずっと友実が横にいたのに、それなのに私気がつかなくて。
Sorry, you were by my side the whole time, but I didn't notice at all. Yeah, exactly,
気が
yeah.
ついたじゃないか。
But she did, yeah, you did notice.
あんなに時間かかったけどね。
But it took so long.
何言ってるんだ。俺たちを作り出した存在に抵抗して
It is.
俺を見
Yeah.
つけたんだ。大したもんだ。
But then again, I mean, she was always the ideal personality for Takuji. I mean, it just only makes sense that she has strength like this. Strength that means she can never ever give up. Takuji always has had endurance, it seems. Yeah. This is just the type of plot, it just makes me feel awful. It really, really does, and I just feel so bad for Tomo-sana, and I just think it's so fucking cool, I really do. Powerlessness is horrible, especially when somebody else is causing the power, but the thing is, there is no power that is being caused by anyone else. It's the power that is being caused by your mind. You are the person who is creating your demise ultimately. But at the same time, it just feels so weird to think about the fact that the mind can do things like this. It really is, and it's just so awful how cruel it is. I mean, my god, Tomo-sana needs Yuki right now. He really, really does. He needs it more than anything. And I'm so happy he was able to get her. Okay, this is fucking pissing me off. Hang on. Right, okay. Hopefully that should be fixed. What can change in 6 days? It just feels like a mockery. This Yuki that is existing right now, she's intelligent, she's amazing, she's a good human being, she retains all the personality traits that Yuki does, but the only thing is, it can never be the case that any of this is real. And also, the fact that she can't see anything, it's just a mockery of who she should be. It's as if the most strong person has reverted to the most powerless. And it must be so awful to see a person that you care for so much just kind of in another body, if anything. It's like Cyrano in a way. You see someone, but the only thing is they're in the same body. It's just another person is talking through them. But the only thing is, I mean, there is no person talking through them. I mean, it doesn't really work, the Cyrano analogy, but it kind of helps me picture everything. It doesn't work because obviously we're seeing Yuki as the woman she is, rather than how, I don't know, anybody would see Takuji. I like that. I mean, the problem is that she will never ever stop. So as a result of that, I mean, Tomosana has just been able to see this complete mockery of Yuki that Takuji wants to exist. This is the person that Takuji truly wants to be. Yeah, because I suppose an inconsistency would lead to mental instability, which would then... I feel like the more mentally unstable these people are, the less prominence any of their personalities have. Yes, well, I suppose you've got to bet everything on her forcing the memory of the CD coming back into place. If Tomosane hadn't brought the CD back home because he thought it may have some relevance to Yuki, I wonder what would have happened. I mean, the CD would still be in Takuji's basement. How would everything have changed, I wonder? Yeah. But I suppose, yeah, a possibility to evade Takuji's control by taking control of another personality yourself. That's so weird. I'm getting new AirPods. Holy fuck. I'm so annoyed at these sound glitches. Or maybe I need to charge them more, I don't know. I mean, she really is doing anything to evade Takuji's control. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. What are you talking about? You fought back against the existence that created us and found me. That's really, yeah, no, I agree.
珍しく褒められたね。いつもそういうのうざい。
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Been a while since I've heard a compliment from you. You're always telling me that I'm a pain in the arse.
お前がすでに存在を消されつつあるのに抵抗してたなんて今まで知らなかったんだよ。
I'm just seriously surprised there is some ounce of hope. You dummy, I didn't know you were still resisting having your existence being erased.
お前がこの数日間どんな思いで過ごしていたのか全く理解してなかった。
Because the thing is, in his refusal to change, he never ever was able to, in his stubborn mindset and his refusal to change, he never ever considered just how much pain the person trying to make him change was going through, really. Yeah, it's as if it was a request for understanding, in a way. That's why I was bothering you so much.
それだって俺の想像力不足だ。
And I couldn't have imagined.
俺は新しい水上ユキもお前も同じユキでしかないと思っていた。
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought the new Minakami... Oh. I thought the new Minakami Yuki would be the same person as you. That's why I tried to leave Hasaki in your hands.
で、どうだった新しい私。やっぱり綺麗だった？
No. So what did you think of the new me? Is she prettier than me?
こんな時に。
No, I see that. You dumbass. This isn't the time for that.
こんな時だから言うんじゃないの。
This is totally the right time to ask.
姿形は今のお前と同じだよ。声だって。
How can you ever say someone like that is beautiful? She looks just like you. Even her voice is the same.
そうなんだ。なら、友実は私が消えても大丈夫だね。
That's right. So you should be fine even if I disappear, right?
アホ。
Yeah, seriously, you tell her.
大丈夫だったら。
Yeah, exactly.
大丈夫だったら。なんで俺は泣いてるんだよ。
If I was fine, why would I be crying? Yeah.
私のために泣いてくれた？
You cried for my sake? Yeah.
うるせえ。お前のためなんかに誰が泣くか。
God. He really can't admit it. Shut up, who would cry for you?
なんだよ。だったらなんで泣いてるんだよ。
Come on, why are you crying then, Tomo-sane?
うるせえ。俺が泣いているのはただ悲しかったから。
Shut up, I was just crying because I was sad.
お前がいなくなって
Yeah.
ただ悲しかったからだ。
It's just sad that you had disappeared.
なんだよ。らしくないこと言うなよ。私まで泣けてくるじゃん。
Don't say that. That doesn't sound like you at all. Oh, it doesn't. But he can't help it. He really can't. And it's better to let it out than bottle it all up. Especially just because of how hard his life is. Don't say that. That doesn't sound like you at all. You're gonna make me cry too.
うるせえ。知るか。
I like that. Yeah, shut up. Not my problem. She's always stubborn. She always acts like she's okay. Yeah, just like him in a way. I'm the cold, heartless person who only believes in violence. Yeah, but look at how much something like that is being turned on its base and flipped upside down. I'm the cold, heartless person who only believes in violence, just like Mami I wanted, but you're also the person who completely restricts yourself because of your reason of existence. Your, well, the naivety behind it. If you're cold and heartless, why did you give the uniform back to Zakuro? Who is cold and heartless? Who would do that? From the very start, he was not cold and heartless. No, I disagree. Yeah. That is fair. And it's just awful to think about the fact that he is having a reflection that is very, very valuable in the most important times. And I mean, if it wasn't for his really, really stubborn and close-minded way of living, he would have been able to have so much more done. He would have been able to do so much more for Hasaki. He really would have. And for Yuki as well. I never try to understand the pain of others. I use them only for my own gain. Yeah, but that's wrong. It really is wrong. Yeah, that's the person I was supposed to be. I tried to be. I use polite words when I'm threatening people to emphasize how cold-blooded I am. Yeah, I see that. I always take a nasty attitude to push people away. Yeah, with Yuki, with Hasaki. I push everyone away. The reason is simple. Yeah. You get the most muscly, strong, physically intimidating man. And you have that feeling of being someone who is meant to destroy Takuji and who is meant to destroy the people who defiled the body of him. The more you see all of those thugs be completely destroyed by your fear, you get a false sense of the fact that you are the one who is superior. You are the one who is above everything. But in reality, look at what you are. It's so fucking brutal, and it's interesting as well. I think the more he does everything... I wonder if I can say that. Let me think. Yeah, no, maybe I could. To think about the fact that when he was disposing of the drugs, the fact that he could do this, he could do anything without being caught. He didn't even think about being potentially stopped by the police. He did it in a public area, even though there was a risk of being stopped by the police. He just has a false sense of confidence that he could get away with anything he was doing, and he was doing everything that was right for his existence to keep on continuing. But no, everything that he thought was right was wrong. Yeah, I'm weak and pathetic. I'm not ready to accept my fate. I'm scared of everything. Yeah, I can see that, yeah. I pushed Yuki and Hasaki away because I was scared. I was scared of losing it at all. Yeah, because, I mean, he was always thinking about Hasaki, for example. Hasaki, in general. I mean, he was so scared about pushing her away just because of the fact that he would not want her to be distraught at when he goes. But the only thing is that really a reflection of her? Is he, when he thinks about that, is he thinking of Hasaki or is he thinking of himself? And I think we know the answer. Yeah. If I was truly strong, I wouldn't have acted like that. This is just a story about him getting more and more mentally strong in a situation. Well, I mean, the situation is never going to change. It's always you who is going to change and how you perceive it.
俺は弱い人間だ。
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's all a lie.
何が破壊者だ。俺は単なる役立たずだ。
What's Yuki gonna say? Actually, I'm interested. Is she gonna agree or what? I'm a weak person. I'm not the destroyer. I'm just worthless. Because if Yuki's weak, explain firstly the scene with everything regarding Tomosane and well, Hasaki and Kagami and Aya. Oh, well, no, not Ayana. But well, no. The Ayana before, and then her disappearing, and then the scene playing out, and also explain. Well, actually, oh my god.
運命を受け入れることもできず。
There are things that can't be explained if he completely gives up
だから
here.
あの時、間宮拓司を消し去ることをためらった。
Yeah, I can't accept my own fate. That's why I hesitated to erase Mamiya Takuji before.
バカ。あんたが弱かったら世の中の誰が強い
I
んだ。
like that, yeah. You dummy, if you're weak, then who on earth is strong?
少なくともお前の方が俺より強い。女に負けるなんてとんだ役立たずだ。
At the very least, you're stronger than me. Worthless use losing to a woman.
当たり前じゃん。私はあんたのお姉さんなんだからさ。あんたより弱かったら姉の意味なんてないじゃん。
Of course you did. I'm your big sister. What kind of big sister would I be if I was weaker than you?
あんたは強いよ。
Yeah.
この世界で私が知る限り一番強い。だから安心しないよ。
You're strong. You're the strongest person I know in the world. So don't worry about it. He is a damn strong person to be able to realise this. You have a reason of existence. You have everything that your entire personality and your life basis is based on. And to completely change that around, it requires severe, or just a severe amount of changing with perspectives. Because of him being so stubborn, it's amazing that he's been able to do it. I see what she's saying.
この世界で俺が一番ならお前は何なんだよ。
If I'm the strongest person in this world, then what are you?
そんなの当たり前じゃん。私は宇宙一強いんだよ。
That's easy. I'm the strongest person in the universe.
フリーザに殺されるぞ。
God. You dummy, you're gonna get killed by a freezer.
なんで私が冷凍庫にやられるんだよ。
I like that. Yeah, why would I be killed by a freezer?
ちげえよ。
That's not what I meant.
違わないって。
Sure it is. Yuki smiled and embraced me.
あと、
Jesus Christ, same here. Wonder how many more times we'll be able to meet.
もうこれが最後なのかな。
No, this might be the last time.
最後なのか。
Is this the end?
いや、まだ会えるかもね。
I so hope so. I so hope so.
バカ、どっちだよ。
Yeah, you can never tell. Even somebody as, well, as Yuki says, the quote-unquote strongest person in the universe, she can never know. She can never tell. Which do you think? Well, you would hope it's the one. Well, you can never know. You can never know.
こんなやりとりもしたな。
We've had a lot of conversations like this before, right?
そうだね。こんなやりとりもした。なんかいろいろとあったよ。
Yeah, we've had a whole lot of conversations just like this one.
短いようで長い。長いようで短い。
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it went by so quick and yet it was such a long time. Such a long time and yet it disappeared in an instant. Of course it would.
でも、できなかったことも多いか。
There were a lot of things we never got the chance to do.
できなかったことか。
Things we didn't do, huh?
うん。友実と合体とかもしなかったね。
Yeah, we never slept together.
アホか、そんなのするか。
Oh my god, I just find it so funny to think about the fact that even in this conversation, I mean, these people are just so happy to see each other. They'll just say anything and they'll just really, really do everything. They'll have the sad pieces of conversation, they'll have friendly conversation, they'll have fun, and god, it's just horrible to think about the fact that they have such connections. I mean, this is a connection that is more than family. Well, no, if anything, this is the only family they have. Even though they are technically the same people, still, they are family. They really, really are. You dumbass, like I would do that with you.
しないの？
You wouldn't?
するわけないだろう。
Not a chance in our classic Tomo-sane right there.
あらら、素直じゃないんだ。舐めるぐらいならしてやる。
Right. Oh, really? You can't even be honest with yourself. I'll blow you if you want.
いらんわ。
Yeah. Reasonable. No thanks.
なんだよ。そんなはっきり断られると、なんかムカつくぞ。
What's your problem? It's kind of irritating. Yeah, when you say it that clearly, like that.
何やってるんだよ、お前。
Hey, what are you doing?
いや、チャックは
God. I mean, this has escalated a little bit far, but at the same time, I think it's really, really... I think in a way, it's just the type of extreme joking they do. They might never get the opportunity to joke around like this. I'm trying to unzip your phone.
マジやめろ、さえならん。
Seriously, stop, it's not funny.
大丈夫でしょ。あんた別に私に欲情しないって。
Won't it be fine? You said you didn't get turned on by me. Wait.
バカ
Dumbass. Is that just another front that he has been putting up all this time? To be fair, it wouldn't be too surprising. When Yuki pulled... Yeah, I'm not even reading that out loud. Oh my fucking god. We've proven the point that Tomosane is putting on a big front, and even though he is the person that is acting the most mighty, he is the person who is most weak and most scared of fate. He acts as if he is all-knowing, but he is the opposite. He really does. But yeah, I think we've demonstrated the point that he really puts up fronts. Do we really need to see it with this as well? What the hell is this? Oh god, unfortunately the physical evidence can never ever be denied. Oh god. Oh no, are we gonna see an H scene? Oh really? Oh really? Yeah, no, I remember this CG. I remember it. This feels kind of nostalgic. Yeah, reasonable. Nothing good happens when you're around. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's interesting. What are you talking about? You pushed me down, didn't you? No, it's because you were doing weird things. Weird things? Yeah, I mean... It is wrong what she has done, let's be honest here. Aww. To be fair, she does have a really good point. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a bit wrong. This really is. Yeah, I suppose. Isn't it funny that she was never ever... No, I think it's really funny what she's doing here, because she never mentioned that before, because she probably realised that Tomosane, let's be honest. I mean, Tomosane probably got done on by her, but the only thing is he was trying so hard to put on a front that he would never ever say it. It's just so weird that she probably used this as a means of trying to make him be more honest with himself, and not well, sexually, sure, but just in any situation in general, really, because it's his putting on fronts to himself that has caused his life to be so much worse, and his, let's be honest, his emotional difficulties, really. But the only thing is, now it's really interesting that she is vocally saying that it's a joke, and because obviously all of this was done in order to make him more immersed in the situation and to give him a chance to have change more. I just find it funny that these are the most wrong and sick actions, and yet at the same time they're actually really plot relevant. And okay, spoiler warning for if you haven't read Umineko yet, but it's kind of like you have something really messed up, but at the same time, if you interpret it with love, it's the well, no, it is still messed up, but you can see why it is messed up, and there is truth behind it. But you can't understand it if you don't have the love, really.
でもさ、下着丸見えなのは冗談じゃない。
yeah.
丸見え。
隠せよ。
Cover yourself. Yeah, seriously. What am I reading? Cover yourself.
ともさねはエッチなこと嫌い？
You don't like sexy things?
何言ってるんだよ。
What are you talking about?
そのままエッチなことしたくないの？
Exactly what I said. You don't want to do sexy things. Jesus Christ.
それは
You
そういう
mean...
か。
私はしたいな。ともさねと
Oh
エッチな
my
こ
god.
と。
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, the weirdest thing about this, even though they are technically the same person, the phrase "go fuck yourself" has really taken a new meaning. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the last times they are going to have to exist together. I mean, if anything, any feelings that they may have for each other, they need to let them out now, I suppose. It's the best time for it to happen, otherwise you will live with regret. And Tomosane knows that you should never delay or hide feelings just because it will cause more pain when they go. Huh? Oh, Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting that. Right, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. So she is actually doing it. Oh my god, dude, does he... I mean, I get that obviously he probably wants to do it, and... Oh, wait, hang on a second, I forgot. I completely forgot about the fact that Yuki has access into the thoughts. He probably knows that Tomosane wants to do this. Why, you? You didn't like it? Yeah, I didn't say that. Hey, Yuki. Oh my god. She really is going for it, Jesus Christ. Alright, I see, yeah. No. Oh, he's still putting on a front. The fact that he doesn't like the feeling. That's not true whatsoever, let's be honest here. Doesn't it? Feels good for me. Then Yuki's tongue entwined with mine again. Her lips upon mine. God, yeah. God. Yeah. It's just so horrible to think that they're connecting when they're probably not going to ever have each other to talk to in the future at all. This is really a commemoration of the end. Oh yeah, of course. That always happens, I swear. Then... Oh, right. Wow, that was delicious. No, it wasn't. The feelings. It felt good at least. God, he's so uncomfortable to admit it. That's hilarious. Oh well, me too. Oh well, take this. What do you mean? Oh god, it's gonna lead into you know what. I love that, are you fucking stupid? Oh damn. Jesus Christ. Well, it's... Felt myself gulping to wet my throat, which suddenly felt as dry as the desert sand. Oh god, here we go. I find it really interesting that she's connecting with Tomosane more than ever before, but at the same time her eyes, they're wet with tears, really. I think it just shows the amount of pain that is disguised in a scene like this. Don't know, are they about normal? I like that. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Jesus, such a virgin. Way bigger than normal. Is your idea of the average based on who you see in porn? And I love that Tomosane, he doesn't even deny the fact that he looks at porn. He's just saying, oh, that's not what I meant. I wanted to deny it, but I had a feeling Yuki was actually right about that. That's hilarious. Yeah, she must have been making jokes to distract herself from the pleasure already flowing through her body. That's a really interesting little just part of or just part of everything that's being said there, because it really, really reflects everything that we've seen from her beforehand. I mean, she is the embodiment of somebody who hides everything through other means of communication, really. I mean, just look at any fan service scene with Hasaki and Yuki. Don't read my... Oh my god, that must be the worst. Ah, yes, sex, but you can literally read the mind of the other person. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't help it when you make a face like that. It's still a bit creepy, but okay. It's the truth, isn't it? Right. God, this CG is disgusting. Jesus Christ. Right. Oh my god, she really is trying to just embarrass Tomo-san as much as possible. God. She's totally encouraging Tomo-san to feel as honest as possible. god, Tomosane's voice. I don't think I've heard a more hilarious sex scene before. Oh, Jesus Christ, what am I fucking doing with my time? Oh, I think that question's long gone out of the window. Oh god, white flashes. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, he's only thinking about the fact that it's gonna be fucking incest after he did it. Jesus Christ, man. Oh god, what am I reading? Hmm.
なければならないかもしれないことを知っていたから。でもさ、彼は心の持ち物まで増やしてはいけないとは言ってないよ。それどころか熱心なギリシャ正教の信者である彼は、心の宝は天国まで持っていけると考えてたはず。だから
今日の間宮拓司の行動、そして心の動き。
Yeah, so after the H scene, oh my god, after probably the most romantic encounter these two will ever have, we're back to business. We're back to the true nature of the situation. So basically, that was probably the longest H scene in the entire visual novel. I'm not even joking, that was, I don't know, I was maybe playing that for an hour and a half. That's 90 minutes of my time I won't ever get back. What's 90 times 3,600? What's 9 times 36? What? 324. 32,400 seconds I'll never get back. Sorry, I meant 324,000. Oh my god. Yeah. That was quite something. So, tomorrow's going to be interesting because it's going to change how I view this scene. Is this Yuki a delusion or not? Is she actually real? Or is this just something that Tomo-san is? But then again, I mean, it poses no correlation to Tomo-san's character to be thinking delusion related. Well, to be concocting delusion related experiences, really, because let's be honest, we've seen what's happened before, and we've seen what's happened before with, let's just say, delusional sex, and yeah, the people who did it, they are very different. If anything, they are the opposite to Tomo-san. So I think this is genuinely Yuki. But the only thing that I find really odd about this is just how everything works and how she is the person who, it's as if she has a window to all of the consciences within Takuji's head. She can quite literally manipulate the consciences of other people. Sorry, consciousnesses. But yeah, it's so odd. It really, really is. And I'm excited to learn the truth. I really am. And it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to continue. If I'm going to be honest, I thought initially that this chapter was going to end with this H scene, but it doesn't look like it is, which I think is really good. And I'm going to be really interested to see what's going to happen with Yuki and what Takuji's personality is going to do when he becomes the saviour. That's my most excited part for this chapter. I really, really am looking forward to it. So, yeah, I think today it had so many good moments, and my god, seeing Yuki and seeing Tomo-san and seeing all of the moments in which he was just totally doubtful of everything, especially after he had come there, and Jesus Christ, the moments with Yuki as well, they were unbelievable. They were really, really strong moments. Some of my favourite moments in this chapter, I think. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow.